Whimsie. Chapter 1. TV time. Once, there was an average young girl who lived in an average house on an average street with average neighbors, average sisters, and her loving average parents. They attended the average church on the average corner of Act Right Avenue and Look Right Lane. The state of Shameville was the only state they had ever lived in, and the little town of Average is what she knew as home. Their house was actually located just below the average county line on the wrong side of the tracks. Most folks would say the family lived below average, but this family knew average is in the eye of the beholder. They asserted that surely they were not below average at all, but actually they thought of themselves as quite solidly average. The average young girl's name? Everyone called her Whimsie. Her birth certificate read, beautifully whimsical dreamer. But she had never seen her birth certificate, so Whimsie was the only name she knew. And it seemed to Whimsie, quite solidly average. Whimsie was a watcher and a seer. She was a seer and a doer. Her eyes sparkled with delight at the TV shows in her average living room. Her imagination place would light up when she relaxed into the stories they were telling on that small fuzzy screen. Whimsie wasn't like the rest of her family who would sit and stare at the screen for hours on end. She would watch and see, and something a little above average would start to happen. Whimsie would get so squirmy being outside of the TV, outside of the action. The only option in that average living room was to sit and stare, but Whimsie wanted to dive right in. She wanted to wear the long, full skirts of the women on the prairie, or those aviator sunglasses like the lady with the jean skirt and the leather purse. She wanted that long hair blowing in the Hawaii 5-0 wind. Whimsie couldn't sit still when the bankers were banking and the climbers were climbing and the dancers were dancing and the lovers were loving. She wanted to do more than sit and stare. Whimsie wanted to be there.